What does the thyroid do? And really, what exactly is Hashimoto's and why should we care about it?
Yes, so thyroid is a very important endocrine gland, right? It is located right in our neck. Now, it is a very teeny tiny gland, but without the thyroid, there will be no life. If you do not have any thyroid, we actually practically will die. So, thyroid hormone is one of those hormones which is responsible for each and everything in our body. Most commonly, it is known as a metabolic hormone. What that means is that basically it runs the show of producing energy and controlling the metabolism of our body. But what we know is that thyroid hormone is responsible for each and every organ development, starting from the brain. So we know that when the fetus is in the womb, if there is not enough thyroid hormone, brain development doesn't happen. So thyroid hormone is important for brain development. Thyroid hormone is very important for the gut. A lot of people have gut issues like constipation, bloating, other issues because their thyroid hormone is not enough. Then we have issues with a lot of chronic pain, chronic joint pains, because again, thyroid hormone is responsible for muscle and also bone health. And then obviously we have a lot of endocrine issues, especially fertility issues. So infertility is a big issue with thyroid hormone deficiency in Hashimoto's also. So as you see, thyroid hormone is one of those wonder hormones which is required by each and every organ of our body. And obviously in Hashimoto's disease, we do not have enough of this hormone. So, what is Hashimoto's? Hashimoto's is an autoimmune condition of your thyroid gland where your body is producing antibodies, which is destroying your thyroid gland day in and day out. Now, eventually, this destruction of the thyroid gland over the course of months to years leads to what we call as hypothyroidism. And that is the point where people start having symptoms, or that is the most commonly people get diagnosed with a thyroid condition, with what we call as a low thyroid. And the only treatment available for that is replacing thyroid hormone. That is the only treatment available for the conventional medicine. But obviously, Hashimoto disease is an autoimmune condition, and the thyroid medicine doesn't do anything to treat the autoimmune part of it. They only put a band-aid by replacing the thyroid hormone, which is low in these Hashimoto's patients.
So, what are some simple things that everyone should start to do now to care for their thyroid if they're not already? This may be something that's brand new on their radar. They're like, oh, I've been caring about my skin, I've been caring about my adrenals, I've been caring about my immune health, but my thyroid, oh, geez, I never thought about that. Where should people start?
I'm a big believer that lifestyle changes can go a long way in improving thyroid health and as well as autoimmune health. So that's where people should focus a lot. A lot of people go directly to supplements and they never talk about lifestyle changes. And I think unless we change our lifestyle, any supplements cannot kind of do anything with us. So in lifestyle changes, the first thing is obviously is the food. So for us, yes, food is medicine, but at the same time, food can also be your enemy. So it is very important to keep the enemy away from your body, and also it's very important to keep things which are beneficial for you close to you. So the enemy foods, are generally like gluten, dairy, soy, corn, sugar, processed food. All of those things are enemies for thyroid gland, and they should definitely be staying away from all of these foods. And then, there are foods which are friendly for your thyroid, which includes, like our good source of proteins, like chicken, fish, turkey. Those are all great sources of good quality proteins. If you're a vegetarian, then nuts and seeds, chia seeds, flax seeds, those are great again sources for vegetarian sources of the proteins. Good fats. A lot of people shy away from good fats, and thyroid needs good fats to function properly. Good fats again will be, your olive oil, your coconut oil, your ghee, then obviously nuts and seeds, chia seeds, flax seeds, avocados. All those are great sources of good fats that definitely needs to be in our diet. A diet which is high in vegetables. There is again a myth, like certain vegetables which are called goitrogens are not good for thyroid gland. And that is a big myth which was like several years ago, very small study was done in animals and showed that animals which are fed a very, very high quantity of goitrogens might reduce the amount of thyroid very little bit in their body. But there has not been a follow up study in humans which actually will prove that eating those vegetables will completely destroy the thyroid gland or actually will harm it. But again, that myth has been going on for several years. And again, the problem at that time, which was 50 years ago or 100 years ago, the main reason of thyroid disorder was iodine deficiency. And now this has completely flipped. Our current situation is that iodine deficiency doesn't exist so much. The main reason of thyroid disorder is Hashimoto's, which is an autoimmune condition. And to reverse autoimmune conditions, these green leafy vegetables and goitrogenous vegetables are wonderful. Like broccoli, cabbages, Brussels sprouts, all of those things have detoxifying compounds. They have sulforaphanes in them, which not only are antioxidants but also helps the body to detoxify and reduce the burden of toxins, and very, very beneficial for Hashimoto's disease. So lot and lots of good green leafy and all the other colorful vegetables should be part of each and every patient who have Hashimoto's. And then, as I said, good fats and good proteins. So these are the basic things, basic diets that I think each and every patient who has thyroid disorder should be working on. Then after that, other lifestyle change is good sleep. Sleep is so much important. Each and every day there is a new research study that comes up that sleep is critical for so many diseases, for aging, and for a thyroid also. And most of us, again, more than 70% of adults do not get enough sleep. Enough sleep is at least 7 to 8 hours of good quality sleep is very important for your body to function better as well as the thyroid to function better. So make sure you're getting that. And then stress management. As you mentioned before, like body is so much stressed out. Stress of like whether the stress is physical, whether it is emotional, whether it is mental or spiritual, any kind of stress that your body get exposed to directly impacts your thyroid gland. Now, whenever I talk about stress, people think, oh, well, he's saying that, it is in my mind. No, absolutely, it is not in your mind. You are not making up these symptoms of thyroid gland. But we know that stress impacts different kind of hormones. It affects your cortisol hormone, it affects your thyroid hormone. So the stress actually does change physical things in your body. So that's the reason it is very important to do some kind of meditation, some yoga, some relaxation, any kind of hobby that you enjoy, that you want to do each and every day. These small things play an important role. And the last thing is exercising. Again, a lot of us are not doing regular exercising. Doesn't mean that you have to go to a gym and you have to pump a lot of iron. Just go for a walk, just go for a stroll, right? Just go for a run. Any of those things are wonderful and easy exercise that you can do. 10-20 minutes each and every day is great way to keep your body in good shape. So I think these basic lifestyle factors can play an important role for a lot of people with thyroid disorder if they will do it.